The Trump administration's public charge rule is once again blocked nationwide. This is thanks to some activity at the U.S. Supreme Court in recent days. It was March 8th that the Biden administration asked the U.S. Supreme Court to toss the public charge case they had before them. It was just 2 weeks prior, at the end of February, that the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to hear the public charge case coming out of the Second Circuit. The new Biden administration filed a joint stipulation to dismiss. They said the parties agreed that this case before the U.S. Supreme Court should be tossed, and the court agreed and therefore dismissed the case on March 9th. This is big news. The result is that the public charge rule, the more restrictive definition of public charge set by the Trump administration, is now once again blocked nationwide. Let's recall where we've been. It was the Trump administration that redefined the term public charge back at the end of 2018. It included the use of cash and non-cash benefits like Medicaid and food assistance to be part of that public charge definition. Use of benefits would be a heavily weighed negative factor in that totality of the circumstances test should someone choose to adjust to a more permanent immigration status in the future. And of course, litigation followed in the Second Circuit, the Seventh Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit. The case, like we said, that was before the U.S. Supreme Court was that case out of the Second Circuit, but those other Seventh and Ninth Circuits were coming up on appeal. The dismissal filed by the Acting U.S. Solicitor General, that dismissal includes all three cases, the Second Circuit, the Seventh Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit. And in the court, tossing these cases is actually a pretty easy procedural step. The Acting Solicitor General, her joint filing fell under the Supreme Court Rule 46.1. It's an instruction, really, to the clerk of courts to dismiss the case without even needing to get the justices involved, because all of the parties agreed. That's that stipulated agreement. So what does this mean? The Biden administration did not want to keep the Trump administration's fight going on this public charge rule. The Trump public charge rule will now be blocked while the Biden administration continues its review. Blocked thanks to a lower court in Chicago, the Chicago District Court judgment that enjoined the rule from going into effect nationwide. Now, the review is happening because of a Biden executive order. Recall the Biden administration at the end of February said they wanted the agencies to review the rules and regulations about public charge. That review is still ongoing. In the meantime, the rule is blocked from taking effect. The order paired with the action of the court, so that executive order from the Biden administration, the Biden administration's actions asking the court to toss these cases, that's all signaling that the White House wants to eliminate this rule once and for all. Now, the existing public charge rule is now the old definition. So we got rid of the Trump administration's public charge rule with these actions by the court, which means the old public charge rule is in effect. And that is this: a public charge is someone primarily dependent on the government for subsistence, as demonstrated by either using public cash assistance for income maintenance or institutionalization for long-term care at the government expense. That's the definition now on the books. A lot of health policy and immigration advocates are saying hopefully the decision by the Biden administration and the court will mean that more people will no longer fear using Medicaid or public benefits, especially in this time of COVID. The reach of the public charge rule was impacting people, children, people not even going through a change of status determination. The chilling effect from getting healthcare and coverage was very broad. The hope is now that will subside. In the description below, you can see the record of the dismissal as posted on the Supreme Court's page. You can also read more from other sources talking about the impact of the decision today.